Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with Show You True Survivalist. I'm going to do this video. It's going to be quick, simple, and easy. I'm going to break it down for you. Alright. Your equipment breaks down into three segments. Okay? Combat, sustainment, and survival. Okay? You combine the three, and you got this. This is your, supposedly your complete marching order. If you were to use the British terminology. In one of my earlier videos, I think it was going back to Alice Part 2, I was talking about the 1958 pattern webbing system that the British had. And I hope no one took offense to me using that as an illustration, because most web gear back then in the 40s, early 50s, it was the same way. You had the backpack was integral with the straps and so forth, and when you went into combat, you got rid of that thing as quick as you could, but unfortunately you had all these damn straps and buckles and so forth that you had to undo in order to get the damn backpack off the belt order. And so as times went by, they've simplified it and made it separate systems altogether. Now this is 60s, 70s, and early 80s technology that I'm wearing, okay? And of course the rifle is 50s technology, which actually, if you really want to get down to brass tacks, the operating system of the M14 is exactly the same as a M1 Garand, so it's actually 30s technology, but it works, and it's still working today in Afghanistan. Anywho, we're going to set old Betsy's 16-pound ass on down. Oh, yeah. And we're going to drop the ruck, and then I'm going to speak about each one separately. And as I just did in the other video, I just stop and start over. I always forget that damn belt. Oh. And as you can hear the wind picking up, I hope we don't have a storm blow in before I get this done. Alright, the backpack is sustainment. Alright, it gets you from point A to point B. You haul your food, extra ammunition, extra clothing, sleeping bag, your shelter, fire making capability, medical kit, and so forth, your comfort items in that sustains you. That's even though you got to haul all that heavy weight, that keeps you alive from point A to point B until you get there to fight. This web gear is your fighting rig. Okay, this is the part of your equipment that is designed to sustain you in combat. Okay, you got a combat knife wherever you may have it, ammunition for your handgun if you happen to have one, and of course your main ammunition pouches for your rifle or shotgun, just depending on how it happens to work out. Plus you got a little bit of food, cleaning kit, so forth for your rifle, and you've got water. Okay, now I'm going to drop this. The British call this the belt order. I happen to like the way they say that. I love the terminology. It works out real good in my mind. It explains exactly what it is. Now, the contents in your pockets, and I know y'all all noticed my big boobs. The contents in your pockets on your jacket, pockets on your trousers, what you may or may not have sewn under the patches, name patches, whatever, you know, razor blades, fish hooks, fishing line, whatever the case may be. This is your survival gear. Is also, generally you keep your stuff for navigation. Compass. Binoculars, so you can see the enemy before they see you if you're trying to escape and evade. Got a set of those. Matches. First aid kit, got it down here. Fire starting capability, got it down here. Okay, extra string, razor blades, whatever you think that you might need or an expert has told you that you should carry. I've got an emergency whistle in here. I've got earplugs in here. I've got camouflage makeup in here. I've got gloves down here. I've got a ski hat, stocking cap, whatever you want to call it, for cold weather. I got that in here. I got my camouflage face mask on the other side. So, break it down. Backpack is sustainment. That gets you from point A to point B keeps you healthy, keeps you warm, keeps the weather off your head, whatever the case may be. The belt order is your combat out gear, all right, so you can fight. Of course, that goes, the rifle goes with that. And then if you lose all that, you know, become a prisoner of war, or you had to dump all that in order to make a hasty escape because they outnumber you 20-1 and you know you're dead meat. You drop your gear, if you possibly can, you hide it, and you just take what you got in your jacket and in your trousers and possibly in your boots, whatever the case may be. And that right there is your survival gear. So that's how it breaks down. That's, or at least that's the way most of the militaries of the world suggest their soldiers carry it, and a lot of them at standard operating procedures they have to. That's the way I carry it. So if don't have the backpack, I'm in combat, I see I'm overwhelmed, I see I'm not going to be able to escape them, you know, maybe take a couple of sniper shots, get their heads down, hide my gear, check out for some landmarks, so maybe you can come back to get it if they don't find it. Then you got your survival gear. You know, in an ideal situation in combat, the first thing before I ever put my belt on, I would take that so I could mount the holster directly to my leg. Okay, and hopefully I'd never, because it's really, I just don't have the waist to put my knife where I can get to it real quick and easy. So, you know, maybe at a different date I'll come up with something else and have the knife back on my leg, but at this time that's the way it's going to work. But it's food for thought, folks. This is the way I'm doing it for now. Maybe you have a different way, and or maybe this will give you some ideas on how to do it better. But survival, combat, and the backpack is sustainment. Okay. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1, just loving to show off my gear, and hopefully this little bit of information is helpful. Maybe it's not. But hey, I'm back in front of the camera. I'm not complaining. Thank you very much for watching.